Good afternoon from down under, everyone. My name is Blitz, and we're continuing our Let's Play of Rogue Trader, both DLCs included. This is our Iconoclast run. This should be part 31 in the series, if I got everything correct. We had recently just had a skirmish on the Heartless and recruited Solomon, so we'll be doing that conversation stuff today, as well as try to knock out some more random stuff on our boat before we do some more exploration. Stuff like these ones, that's all going to wait until we head back to Dragonas after all the exploration, so... Um, but yeah, so we'll get straight into it, so... Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you've been enjoying, otherwise we'll offer up that toaster to the algorithm priest and commence. What is that supposed to mean? What task? Does my presence how? I wish to inquire about something else. Alright. So apparently there's a chat to have with, with Weiss, so we'll do that. And I totally should have, put you back in the party. But it's fine, I don't think there should be any fighting. At least in this part.
Is there money to be made? Help me, Lord Captain!
What's going on? This creature, how do I find Adeline? I will find and bring her out to the light. Alright, just in case there is a fight.
Always keep your eye on prize.
Is there not a... Oh, I guess I'm committed now. Oops.
Need to tough it out.
Alright.
I always have a backup plan.
Right, I totally forgot this was a thing.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. I always keep my options open.
It's not her, you can't well in guilt forever. The people out there who depend on the living. Are you alright? What was that? Why are they pursuing you? If you got your freedom, why do you stay on the ship? But when what went wrong during that ritual? Were they your apprentices as well? Now I know the truth. You already condemned yourself to years of torment. I cannot give you a new punishment, only forgiveness. You must forgive yourself. And we got level up.
Keep your wits about you.
So I'll sort all that stuff out in a bit. Boy Bridge. Now we'll go have a chat with uh Solomon. No, I head back out and continue exploration. That's just Solomon.
Greetings, Rogue Trader. I would like to report that Glato and I have finished our initial inspection of the upper decks. The list of infractions ended up being 5 pages shorter than expected. I'm beginning to worry that a servant of the Lex might have little to occupy himself with aboard your ship.
Alright, Glato. Pet the dog.
I must remind you that Glato is a living weapon. If you like, I am sure. Have you decided to make an exception for the Emperor's anointed, Glato? Fine. Congratulations on your achievement, Rogue Trader. Glato has never allowed anyone to do that before.
Does he have a favorite type of training or some other pastime of choice?
Sometimes I let him play with heretics' corpses. That was a joke. If you're asking about entertainment, that concept does not really apply to an Arbite's dog. But I like to imagine that Glato is enthusiastic about training with me, that he enjoys running long distances at my side, and during target practice, he always seems eager to hear me give the attack order.
That can't be all of it, can it?
Fine. Let me satisfy your curiosity. I do have a special exercise that helps to sharpen Glato's hunting instincts. I take a few ammo casings and hide them in hard-to-reach places. One time, after a raid on a manufactorum, I gave him a whole abandoned workshop to run around in. But I also played a trick on him by throwing one casing onto a ceiling beam. Then it was Glato's turn to play tricks. He waited under the beam until I walked up to him. Then he jumped onto my shoulders and climbed to the top. He cut my temple open with his claw and almost broke my clavicle, but he got the casing.
I think you Glato could do with your own training ground.
The equipment needs to be sturdy. Glato is unstoppable when he's not holding back. Thank you.
Serve a duty on, Glato. I imagine you seem relaxed.
I doubt such a word could ever be accurately used to describe an arbitrator, but there is some truth to your observation. Since we're not in combat, I permit myself to stand at ease, which is to say, I'm standing by on full alert.
Tell me about the RBDs.
We are servants of the God Emperor's law, made manifest in the Lex Imperialis. The Adeptus Arbites uphold order on the scale of the Imperium and bring merciless punishment to offenders.
What type of crimes do you usually handle?
The most significant ones. Beyond the Expanse, the Arbites not only enforce tithe collection, but also ensure that every planet obeys his law and that the Imperium's authority remains unchallenged. Corrupt governors, crime syndicates, rebels. Not a minute goes by without some parasite trying to take a bite out of the Imperium. We destroy any who dare trespass against the law.
So if you see someone trying to murder an innocent man, blah blah blah.
Unless said man's innocence has been previously established, such as during an investigation. In any other scenario, murder is just a common disturbance. My intervention is only required in the case of an attack on an administratum functionary or some other important figure. Then, I must take measures. However, if I have an assignment to carry out, I will ignore any distracting factors. The duties of the Arbites are above everyday crime. We collect the tithe that feeds the military might of the Imperium and sustains its authority over many worlds. To be bogged down in trivialities is to commit a criminal waste of time and resources that have been granted to us to serve the absolute of the law.
Well, minorities did fall on your watch.
Your suggestion that I could have prevented the disappearance of a star sounds almost flattering. And yet, I never dodge responsibility. Let the Emperor, in the hour of his final judgment, determine the measure of my guilt in what happened.
What about witches and arch-enemy cults?
Those are indeed the greatest threat to the Imperium, and I never leave a heretic I meet without a bullet lodged inside him. But such matters are primarily handled by other forces, which are influential enough so as not to be mentioned out loud without a reason. I am at your disposal.
Just how far do the powers of the Arbites extend?
As you saw for yourself on Rykad Minoris, quite far. The Arbites pass the sentence and carry it out summarily. Only the highest echelons of Terra and servants of the Inquisition and rogue traders here in the Expanse can expect the privilege of a trial. Planetary governors, nobility, clergy, to an arbitrator, they are all equal before the law.
Let's talk about the Lex Imperialis. I'm curious to know how you interpret its essence.
Testing me, are you? That is fine by me. The Lex Imperialis is both a code of law and the word of the God Emperor himself. For millennia, his decrees have been amassed and preserved on Holy Terra, in the Hall of Judgment, alongside the High Lord's orders. It is at once a titanic collection of edicts and a holy text.
Sounds like it's impossible to know the Lex Imperialis in its entirety.
It would take longer than a lifetime to read through even a fraction of his law. But there are fundamental, integral prescripts that every arbitrator knows verbatim. These are the Injuncta Cardinal, inscribed on the walls of the Arbites precinct fortresses and etched into our ammo casings. We quote them as the indisputable truth and recite them like psalms as we charge into battle.
But every world still has its own laws.
It does. Your capital world operates under the Lex Dargonus, formed over many generations of the Von Valancius line. However, the Lex Imperialis is the final word in every debate. It stands above any legal directives a planet may have, for it comes from the Emperor himself.
There's a reverence in your words that almost feels religious.
As it should. The codes of the Lex Imperialis are my prayer, and I believe that every arbitrator's service is sacred, for it brings this imperfect reality closer to that inscribed in the Book of Judgment, closer to the God Emperor's will.
Let's talk about something else.
I'm listening.
What's the mission of the RBs in the Chronis Expanse?
To collect and guard the tithe. That does not mean we ignore other violations of the Lex Imperialis. We simply act within the scope of our limited resources, the first of which being our small numbers. Here in the Expanse, many believe themselves to be too far from the civilized parts of the Imperium to have need of the law. The presence of the Adeptus Arbites helps to remind those people that the Lex Imperialis is in effect wherever there is at least one human being.
That'll do. Wish to know more about you.
You prefer to have a better understanding of the people you travel with. That makes sense. As
Where are you from?
Wander in Calixis. The gateway to the Expanse, a monumental station, always covered in ships and bursting at the seams from all the dealers, pilgrims, mercenaries, and criminals. Compared to Port Wander, Footfall is just a lifeless rock in the void.
Were you living prior to coming aboard my ship?
On Dargonis, Lady Theodora gave the top level of one of the spires over to the Arbates. A noble house used to occupy it, before it decided to stick its hand into the dynasty's coffers. By offering us such prominent lodgings, your predecessor both reinforced her ties to the Arbates and made an unambiguous gesture toward the nobility. She was a shrewd woman and unforgiving.
How did you find Dragonis?
I must admit, I was pleasantly surprised. I'd expected something far less civilized, given that the Coronis Expanse is on the outskirts of the Imperium. Instead, Dargonis may even compare to some Calixian worlds in status and stability.
How'd you become an Arbiter?
How? The short answer is the Schola Progenium. But I doubt you'd be satisfied with that. My father was an arbitrator, a good one, or else they wouldn't have found him in an alley filled with bullet holes. Someone who served with my father told me he was shot with 10 different weapons, and that he took at least 4 of the bastards down with him. I was sent to the Schola Progenium right after that, and the mentors there forged me into an arbitrator. I was an eager student, thanks to the example of unyielding duty and dignity my father set for me. The only thing I didn't need to borrow from him was hate. He didn't instill that. It was always with me. I never doubted that criminal vermin deserve only execution, but it was my father's death that truly crystallized my hatred, made it complete.
Were you able to avenge your father?
No, I didn't want to. There was a time when I wasn't sure what to think of my father's death. Or rather, I tried not to think at all. I didn't look into the case, or for any other reason, to go back to Port Wander. Arbitrators are never assigned to their home worlds anyway. But when I was leaving Calixis, our ship spent several days docked at the station, and so I permitted myself to go to the spot where my father was killed. I stood there for a while, and nothing. I knew that another arbitrator would have already seen the investigation through. I had nothing left to do there.
You only said a word about your mother. Who was she?
From what my father told me, she was a principled woman of poor health. She died in childbirth. Not having known her might be the sole regret of my life.
Hatred does not come from nowhere. It must have been your father's influence.
It's possible. He didn't speak much. Sometimes we went days without saying a word to each other. The only time he was talkative was when he was going through his cases at night. He would inform me in terse and simple words who had sold out and why, what depravities the heretics from the lower hive levels had committed, what base motives the workers had had for hanging their foremen. All I did was listen, watch, and think. That was enough.
Means you were born to become an Arbiter.
Born? I don't believe in predetermination, but I know that every man's destiny is to serve the Imperium. In my case, the Imperium deemed me worthy of an Arbates rank, a heavy shotgun, and Glato. Not sure what else there is to wish for.
What brought you specifically to the Expanse?
You should ask the Marshal. I got my assignment, and that is all I know. I assume it's due to my experience. Collecting tithes from worlds bordering on savagery, and where people haven't seen a living arbitrator in 3 generations, is a task best left to a veteran.
Sounds like banishment to me.
This isn't banishment. Otherwise, the same would apply to the Marshal and all other arbitrators in the Coronis Expanse. We are here because the Imperium needs its tithe, and that's all there is to it.
What kind of assignments do you handle before you are appointed to overseeing tithe cases?
I suppose I have what you would call a proven and diverse track record. Investigations, rebel suppressions, punitive raids, dozens of completed operations.
Any especially dangerous cases? I'd like to hear about your accomplishments.
There was this one time. I was part of a raid on a gang of mutants. I excelled in battle, received an award, and was promoted to Proctor. That is all.
Are you mocking me?
I just hoped it would discourage you. I only know how to give a full and exact account, and this story about lost limbs and odious abominations, I wasn't sure if a rogue trader would appreciate having to listen to all that.
Raise your whip for me again, Arbiter, and I'll have you swabbing the lower decks.
Understood. My response was both inappropriate and disrespectful. I am listening.
Bet your Cyber Mastiff.
You hear that, Glato? The rogue trader herself is asking about you.
Why do you call him Glato?
His serial number is GL80. Glato is easier to say in Gothic. Many give their cybermastiffs striking names like Slayer or Thunder. I'm fine with Glato.
What can your doggo do?
He mostly provides combat support. He is trained in both lethal and non-lethal ways of disabling a target, with the ability to analyze a situation and then decide on a course of action. Glato is a good tracker too, and he can spot basic evidence. He also knows over 100 commands. In general, he is more resourceful and diligent than most people I've met.
What about his augmentics?
Glato, ready! The frame is mostly metal, with armored plates covering the vital segments. The jaw is reinforced. Crunching a leg off is like tearing a hair out for him. I don't even know a tenth of all the things Glato is fitted with, but it's an impressive list to be sure. Take the sensors in his nose for one. A cybermastiff is like an odor analysis laboratory. Alright, that's that. Glato, attention!
What command says he know?
They range from kill and guard and the like, to more complex guard and patrol protocols. A protocol is a combination of behavioral patterns, which the cybermastiff follows according to the present situation. In other words, I don't have to control Glato all the time. He can adjust and react to the circumstances on his own.
Glato down.
That is a useless command, Rogue Trader. A cybermastiff must always be in an advantageous position to attack the enemy. Glato can crawl or move stealthily if the situation calls for it, but regardless, he will not respond to someone else's order.
That'll do.
As you wish.
Is he fully sabotaged or still a living dog?
Generally, cybermastiffs have all aspects of their animal nature removed, but Glato is a special case. His submodel takes a dog's loyalty and instincts as a hunter and guard, and renders them absolute. He is neither a dog nor a servitor. He is something much more. A cybermastiff, a living weapon in service of the law.
Whom I call Verdict. He only listens to you then?
Correct. Both his training and his augmetics ensure that Glato only accepts orders from me or from my superior officers. Apart from having the obvious benefits, it also serves to prevent disarray on missions involving multiple cybermastiff handlers.
I see. Must feel strange to be without your unit.
I've never been a part of a rogue trader's escort before. That said, I adapt to change more quickly than you might think. And as long as Glato is with me, I can handle any transition.
I have business to
You
attend
know
to.
where to find me, Rogue.
Alright, so what do we got? That's done, that's done. Alright, so outer space we go again. Don't really care about leveling up right now, we're at a good power spike, so... Alright, so... we're in Monday... Alright. Alright, we gotta go back that way. Eventually, but we don't have to do it right now. We've gotta go up that way. But it may be better to knock out these two first. Knock out that one. Alright, so I'll increase that by 1. Alright. Come to here first. And then we'll quickly sort out colony stuff. Which that's fine. Alright, we're supposed to... It's like we gotta get back up that way anyway. It's fine, it's fine. Alright, what is known about this disease? Suggestions from my advisors. Alright. Or, okay, so Voidship buff. All allies deal time on target with reject flash, which is really good as well. Kabaska, but that loses a point of efficiency. Rep is nice. Hmm. Yeah, I'll get rep. Alright, we'll sort that one out next. And sort out giants. That way we can get that one. Alrighty. Alright, we'll go on the guided Voidship in a second. Alright, normally I wouldn't get such a bad node, but I know we're getting a bunch of distractors in a second, and I know we're also getting a bit low on plasteel, so we'll hook that one up. And then we'll go back and deal with that if I forget further. Alright, someone go away, give me your let. And then I'll quickly sort out some levels before we get too deep into this one. Alright, willpower. Low Imperium. We want strength. And Kraus. Coercion. And perception. Willpower. Alright, you got little warp, so Medicaid. Out support J. Tech use. And perception. And Yolette. Awareness. Alright. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, this.
Is there money?
Master Van Calox, your silence oozes dark crimson. You may hide your rage from others.
For mercy, and I will grant none.
Yeah, this is the one I'm thinking of. Alright.
Am I getting paid for this?
Alright, so Heinrichs.
Naturally. For the throne's glory.
How do I not have line of sight of you guys? Alright, whatever. My range is really not great.
I'm done with this one. I will do my duty.
Alrighty, pop that button.
Who, if not me? On it. It's as good as done.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Boom, headshot.
I feel the power surging, but your reckoning is due.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Let's see to it. For the throne guides my hand. Be gone.
There we go. Yeah, so again, not challenging in the slightest. Heinrichs, like I said, he may not be on the par of our previous rogue trader in terms of being able to explode people, but you can still do it. That's all that matters.
And done.
Once that one, infusing.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Alright, drop a quick save. What happened to the ship and the crew? The Chaos 1 package was meant for me, who's the sender. Do not dare to accuse me of creating chaos, do not even suggest it. Were you not afflicted by the mutations and madness? Where's the artifact now? We could lay mines on the remains of the ship and blast the artifact for safe distance. I'm taking you aboard my ship there. My word is law, no one would dare to issue. Yeah, we'll save him. We have no reason not to.
Watch your steps.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Alright, go grab everything else that's here. And we can leave, and then we can go to Dragonis and resolve this issue that's occurring. And then we'll double back to sort out some of the exploration to the south before we head back north. Alright, so back we go here. Yeah, I'll do that one this time. Oh, we have a whole bunch of navigator insight. Don't know what gave me that, but okay. Could have been taking him aboard, maybe did it. Alright, quickly sort out Dragonus. People, loose stuff. +1 security. Be nice. Weapons. What factor? No, +1 security, please. Alright, so alright, I mean, we wanted to go here anyway, so we'll bump that up. Now we'll visit. Wasn't there something supposed to be here? Or maybe the area is a little bit more... Well, the area is a bit more bigger. Don't need to worry about it then. Yeah, I'll make it safe at least. Start it up. And then sort out Kaiva Gamma. Alright, what do we know about this procedure? What words do I have for my advisors? Armor of Refraction. Deal more energy damage to machines. That's not entirely bad. Not bad either. That's just less than Yuet's one. I mean, that one does look like to be the best, because we don't really need that. need to hook up more adamantite at first chance, I guess. And then we get more extractors. Alright, cradle. Alright, destroyed ship. Tech, which will happily hook up. Archaeotech piece. Oh yes, this place. Alright, drop save. Let us go have some fun with something that's not going to be particularly fun. Alright.
I always keep my options open.
Wanna know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about being in my nice heated cabin with a glass of something warm.
Inspect it. Try to extract data. Examine the trinkets. Examine the broken device.
Experience. Nothing matters
I
more.
always have a backup plan.
Attempting to arrest the rogue trader's companion on her ladyship's own vessel? It's beyond the pale. I hope the Inquisition does not come after you itself in the future, Magos.
Do not fret, First Officer. I currently have no plans to do such a thing.
I have learned much in my exile. None are better at searching.
Let us not dawdle.
A job for me.
Stop. There.
My pleasure.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Okay, maybe you can disable some of them prior to the fight. I hope so, because that would be useful. Alright, save.
This is intriguing.
Okay, we did disable some. That's nice. So we got 2 over that way, which Cassie is going to be the primary fixer upper dupper, I guess. Pyrex can come over here. Jay can come over here. Abel can come over here. My character will come over here. Gillette can come over here. Alright. Didn't actually realize one could disable some of these preemptively, so that's good to know. It is a shame that you can no longer
I am a navigator,
move these
not
around,
a servitor.
but we'll get over that.
If I may. Isn't this a job for the serfs? I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Just prove a point.
Me?
See,
If you insist,
they don't
Lord
move anymore.
Captain.
Yeah.
Don't get too cocky.
Missionary Oath.
I won't object to it. Let's see to it.
I am not. I hear you moving. No more.
Oh, that's good.
This teeth.
Dream at it.
Indeed. At your beck and call.
Tell me, and it is done. You've got a problem. I've got a prize.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
If it serves your cause. I understand your intent. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. If it serves ancestors, guide me. This tedium is beneath me.
Throne take you.
Oh, that's low Xenos. Which I guess that means,
I am ready for whatever comes.
I guess that actually means that,
I'll make it happen.
I'd be better off using,
I'll see to it personally.
Duet. Do the things I was going to do.
On it. Who if... I'll make it happen. I'll see to it personally.
For the throne's glory. But of course, Lord Captain. Your reckoning is due. Let's see to it.
If I may, I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. I am a navigator, not a servitor. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Yeah, it was a bit of a waste. Oh well.
Watch my back. Am I getting paid for this?
Another enemy down.
I understand. Another soul slips beyond the veil.
Alright, let us do some disarming.
My success was inevitable. A trivial task. I have learned much in my exile. My success was inevitable. Oh, too hard for a simple monkey. I have learned much in my exile. My success was inevitable. A trivial task.
So the only downside about disabling
I
the
have
turrets
learned much
is
in my exile.
Keep your wits
less
about you.
Too hard for a simple monkey.
less loot, but it is what it is. I'll happily deprive myself of some if it means not having a headache with the fight.
My success was inevitable.
Just because the lances can be quite devastating if they
I
hit
have
the wrong
learned
character.
much in my exile.
Like clearly our party's a bit
I always
tankier
keep my options open.
than
And
a certain
done.
other party, but it's still, you know, can still be painful. Alright, so examine the transmitter now. force access, then blow up the structure.
A trivial task.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Keep a sharp eye.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
There we go in.
We should deal with this.
State your intention.
I sense such a peaceful scene, the likes of which I haven't seen in a long time. No bright flashes, no riot of colors, just pure white canvas.
Anatomy tome. The wielder gains +6 damage to single attacks against human enemies and minus the 2 melee, huh? Heinrich certainly likes that item. What about you at? No, she wants something else. So that's a Heinrich's item then.
Wow, now you've said that, I expect things to take a turn for the worse.
In my exile.
Let us not dawdle.
Alright, that's everything there sorted. Alright, leave this dark elder place of nightmare and horror.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Alright. Alright, contracts. We got plenty of weapons, so we may as well. Plenty of Xenotech, may as well. And we'll buy some adamantite. Then we'll go back to the bridge for a moment and we'll quickly check the vendors. I got nothing there. Oh, you do have better stuff here. Alright, so array. We'll grab. Don't really care about that one though. And with a great upgrade like that, we might actually be able to might be able to do some of the other explorations with it now, so we'll have to check that. Curiosity Merchant. Yeah, so we can buy all these and cargo, and cargo it. Cargo that one. Alrighty, Trucians. I mean, that's almost done. Outcast's Visor. Fusion Gun, Dark Lance. Type and Ascending. Do want to get down this side as fast as I can, so we'll try. Obviously, it's going to take time. You're not yet. Heinrichs. There we go. Yeah, so we'll put in a cut here because we're over the hour mark now. So we'll continue on with exploration. We'll head down to Stellaris next. Then we will double back. See if we can do anything about these two. Then we gotta go over that way as well. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll go down that way, then I'll make my way up, sort out all that, leaving that to last. Sort out that. Come back over here. And then we'll eventually get to the end of the storyline. So thank you for watching everyone, and I'll see you then.